up, everybody? I'm Brody.
I'm Zach.
I'm Tianko.
And we're the Sew Yeah brothers here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to episode 2 of the Sew Yeah Show. If you missed our premiere, our very first show, we're going to take you back to it right now and give you a quick recap. What's up, guys? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. We are here at Lake Mead, just outside of Las Vegas. Goal today is to see if this Bernina 200 will sew underwater.
Tension issues are one of the main things that I see come in the front door. Today I'd like to give you a few simple solutions and techniques that you can use to solve these issues at home. And then ideally not come back into my office.
Coming in.
Second guest right here is your new machine. We're about to announce the winner of our December giveaway. Okay?
Drumroll.
Siobhan Borders. Congratulations. This machine going to you.
So now let's learn a little bit more about needles. The oldest known needle dates back 61,000 years ago, and it was made from a sliver of a piece of bone. We don't know what animal it came from, but it just goes to show that sewing's been around since the very beginning of time. This right here, we are challenging you, the audience, to make your own batik chop in whatever format you want. If that's pen and paper, if you know how to use CAD, if that's however you want.
Your own design.
Your own design.
Not your own chop.
Okay, this morning we're going to be doing the Dad Challenge, which is going to be challenging my sons to compete against each other to see who will be able to win this race.
We are super stoked to share this episode with you. But before we get started, if you enjoy this episode, hit that like button. And Micah, put one of those little arrow things in there so they can see it. Click that little arrow button. You can share it with your friends. You can text it. You can email. Put it on Facebook. Put it on Instagram. All those other places. And enjoy this show with your friends.
And we produce so many different kinds of videos, tutorials, live stream, even the Sew Yeah Show. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Our first segment is Will It Sew, where we take machines and we put them in circumstances where they wouldn't normally sew, but we try to make them sew or see if they will sew.
Segment 2 is some words of wisdom with your personal professional, being me, is Words with Zach.
Mr. Dr. Zach.
Mr. Dr. Zach.
Then from there, we got Tips with T, where I try to help you learn a little bit more about this industry.
All right, everybody, so now our last segment is the Dad Challenge, which is one of my personal favorites because just happened to bring along a little souvenir. My undefeated quilt block.
Boo.
Boo, that's all he says. Undefeated champion, just gotta say that. But anyways, our Dad Challenge is a challenge where obviously we're brothers. Our dad comes out and comes up with a challenge that we need to do to compete against each other. Obviously, it's all good fun, even though we have some sore losers in the group. But
I'm not salty.
That's salty at all. But one thing we didn't say last time is we don't actually know what's going to happen before the challenge. It's not camera magic or anything. We literally walked in last time and didn't know anything about it. Saw it was there. I'm like, okay, this is how we're going to do it.
If not, you saw it, then we saw it with you.
We'd have brushed up a little bit on a few skills if we'd have known that. But anyways, that's that.
Now let's jump right on into the very first segment, which is Will It Sew? But we've changed things up a little bit.
Absolutely. We're able to do that because of you. Thank you so much for commenting on our videos. Our last video had a ton of comments letting us know what you guys want to see in segments like these.
And we took those comments and saw that a lot of people wanted to see the same thing. And so this video is driven by you. Thank you so much. Here it is.
What's up, everybody? We are at my dad's wood shop, and for the Will It Sew episode today, we have to do a little bit of build work. So we're gonna get to that and take you on that journey with us.
He's our dad too.
Okay, so basically we have to build a platform that will be able to handle a little bit of weight with a bar across it with a platform on top. If we can get it to this point, then we can test it.
Test it.
All right, test one. Front there. And then we're gonna put an eye bolt in here.
This is a bad idea.
It's gonna get worse.
I'm totally confident that's gonna work.
there's a number of ways that we could get a machine to sew upside down.
We could just do some camera magic.
We could turn the machine upside down.
Or we could build a giant stand and flip everything upside down. So let's see if it will sew. I don't like this. I get horrifically sick on roller coasters, on thrill rides. I don't like them. I went on a children's ride with my son last week. And okay, it's a go time.
Ready?
It's creaking. My legs are going numb. I'm experiencing tunnel vision. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, my legs are going numb. So that's my first seam there. Oh, I got a little shelf here. Never seen that before on a sewing machine. Holy. It's amazing how fast your head starts pounding and how fast your feet go numb. Oh, I'm like starting to lose hearing too.
Should we do a Tiancum point of view?
So there's that, there's that. Now how do I do this? Oi! Gonna let gravity
Open up.
let gravity help me out here.
Flip your sides, I think. The blues and purples
Oi!
together. You got blues and purples together, Tiancum.
Oh, they're going numb. Can't keep them up.
You can do it!
Oi! Starting to get sick to my stomach. So,
Will it sew upside
will
down,
it sew
Tiancum?
upside down? Which way does it have to go? This way.
Boom, baby!
Oi! It will sew upside down. Let me give this camera a nice shot here. Do you guys want to see a magic trick? I'll make this go up. Wow.
Floating fabric.
Okay.
Ready? Let's
I'm
push it
done.
Back up.
Put the bolts on that side. Oh!
Zach, another family bonding moment.
Definitely. I was bonded to the wood, and Tiancum was on the other side of the wood, so I think that counts as family bonding. It was great.
I was worried just for 1 second when Zach was hanging on and going up and over, and I was hanging on like, oh no. Other than that, I think it was good.
It sucked. Just let you know. Your feet start tingling a little bit, then it makes it hard to push the foot control because this is all live. This is as if it's a normal sewing machine. No tricks here. 100% upside down. So your feet start getting numb, your head starts hurting.
You start whining.
But I'm such a worse with this stuff. I always feel like
Ears are hurting.
oh my goodness.
How did you get signed up for this? Why is it always you doing
Because
this?
I'm the least fat.
What is it?
I said, why is Tinkum always doing the sewing? He said
He's the
least.
smallest.
Hooey. My head's gonna explode.
Will it sew upside down?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Will Tiancum sew upside down?
Absolutely as well.
Also a yes. He's still recovering a little bit, as you can see. But that's the question you all asked. Thank you so much for commenting. And that's what we found out on our last episode of Will It Sew?
In our next segment, you're going to head over to the office with your favorite personal professional. This is Words with Zach.
Perception issues are a difficult thing for many people to discuss because it is considered a taboo in a lot of cultures. But if you think about it, who doesn't hear a voice in their head from time to time? Because of this, I use some specialized tools that help clients to relax and feel more at ease in discussing these things that they feel other people might not understand. A lot of people probably aren't going to understand you. Alright Jay, I understand you've been having some difficulties. I've got an exercise that we can do that will help us gain a little more insight into what's going on. Right here I have some cards, and I would like for you to just tell me what it is that you see in each one, okay?
Okay.
Alright. What do you see?
I see a circus tent.
Circus tent. For this first image, I'm not so concerned about what the client is saying. I just want to get a baseline for where he or she is at and see what the overall theme is. How about now?
Oh, a sewing machine.
Sewing machine. Sewing machine. I've never had a client say that for this image before, so I'm a little concerned, but I'm also intrigued. I want to see where this goes. How about this one?
Clearly that's a rotary cutter.
Rotary cutter. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Sewing machine, rotary cutter. We've got some common themes emerging. Alright, Jay, and how about this one?
Yes, that's it. That's the answer. Thank you, Dr. Zach. Thank you.
You're most welcome. I have no idea what he's seen at this point. But you know what? He's happy, I'm happy. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dr. Zach, for those inspirational words. They meant a lot.
You are most welcome. And now I perceive that we have an announcement to make. We have got our winner for our Batik Chop Challenge. So, drum roll please. The winner is...
Tara Clayton. So, congratulations to you. We are super excited about that. It's going to be really cool to see that fabric come in after it's made. And we do have a few little pictures to show you kind of the batiking process. We're going to roll to those.
So now that you've seen a couple of pictures of how batiks are made, understand this, that batiks are made 100% by hand. They are stamped by hand, the chops are made by hand, they are dyed by hand. So this is going to take a couple of months to get this fabric produced, but it will come out here in just a couple of months.
Absolutely. And speaking of processes and tips, we're going to go over to Tips with T.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tips with T. Today we're going to jump down the rabbit hole of thread. Come on with me. So now let's dive right on into threads. Now, during the biblical times, we know that Adam and Eve wore coats of skins. Now, I'm not going to say that they had cotton thread back there, but I believe in some way it was probably sashed together, which is the oldest known thread out there. Maybe it was vines, maybe it was plant fibers. I would assume, obviously, this is not proven. But if we want to jump forward a couple thousand years, we know the Egyptians for sure had needle and thread. They made garments, they made clothes, and they used some of the finest materials that they had during that time. Not only that, just a little side point here, Egyptian cotton is still known as one of the best cottons out there. Just a little fun fact for you guys. As you can see here is a list of all the different kinds of threads that there are, and they're not limited to these threads here. There are hundreds of different variations of threads out there, but these are the top couple that there are. But let's jump through these real quick. Cotton, all natural material, is used mainly in quilting. The longevity of this thread normally lasts hundreds of years. Going from there will be our polyester, mainly used in embroidery. This thread is known for its strength, and it is normally on the less expensive side of things due to the fact that we can just make it and not have to grow it. It makes the cost of it a little bit lower. Then from there, we've got our nylons. Now, most people don't think they've seen this in their life. In reality, they see it on a day-to-day basis. Nylon thread, or most commonly used as bonded nylon, is a thread that's covered in a UV protection. That way it can be durable outside. Now, why is this so important? Most of your furniture that goes outside is sewn with this. Umbrellas are normally sewn with this, and even billboards are sewn with bonded nylon thread. So it's extremely important, but you normally need an industrial machine to be able to run that thread through the machine. Going on from there, we have our metallics. Now, metallics are just made to make things shiny. Maybe you want to make a little embroidery design a little bit brighter. Maybe you want to make your quilt bedazzle a little bit more. Use that metallic thread. From there, you have the others category. Now, I'm not going to jump into this, but others is normally a category where it's something very, very specific, such as if you're sewing silk, you want to have silk thread. If you're sewing spandex, you want to have a thread that stretches. Very, very specific things that go with very specific things as well. Now, going on from there, I like to talk a little bit about how thread was made, or the progression of thread over the years. Like I said, from the beginning of time, we've had some form of lashing things together, to the Egyptians where we had needle and thread, to modern day. Now, this modern day stuff I have found very, very interesting. This is where thread became manufacturable. And through the 1800s, people began to be able to twist fibers to make cotton thread. And this is one of the most important times in the sewing world, is the 1800s. The very first cotton threads that were being made was a 6-ply. And let me go over ply here real quick. What a ply is when they take two different strands and they twist them together either clockwise or counterclockwise to make a fiber, as we know, thread. Now, depending on how many plies you have is how thick that thread is going to end up getting majority of the cases. For instance, most of the threads that you saw on our list here are a 2-ply thread, meaning 2 fibers or 2 strands wrapped together, making what we call thread. In the beginning, though, it was a 6-ply. It was the finest that we could get. And through time, we've been able to get it to a smaller and smaller thickness, making it easier to use. Now, why is this so important, the ply? Even still to this day, we have multi-ply threads. 2 is the most common, but you can find 3-ply, 4-ply, 5-ply, all the way up to some ridiculous number of ply. But it's very important to know how many ply there are, because for something that you want a little bit more extra toughness to, normally adding another ply will get you this toughness. But general sense or general knowledge here, stick with that 2-ply. It normally works out the best. Now, going back to the 1800s. Now that we had a machine that could produce a 6-ply thread, they started to advance this even further and further and further. And there were 2 companies that are the most important companies in the thread world, which will be the J.J. Coates and the J.P. Clark companies. Now, this name or these names should sound very, very familiar. These were the people who invented and manufactured thread here in the United States towards the end of the 1800s. In 1896, the J.J. Clark and the J.P. Coates companies merged together to form a new company. Now, this company would go through name changes throughout the years until they rested on one final name. And this company helped all the other thread manufacturers out there make premium cotton threads. And this company is now known as the Coates and Clark Company. Something else that they made is a standardized system of weights. Now, this is where we get most of the questions here at Sew Yeah Quilting is 12 weight, you have 24 weight, you have 40 weight, you have 50 weight, you have 80 weight threads. What does weight mean and how does it actually work? Now, if you know the reasons why the numbers are there, it's a lot easier to understand the why it's named like that as well. So let's go over this really, really quickly. Now, the bigger the number, the finer the thread. So if you have 80 weight thread, which sounds like it should be the biggest thread of them all, it's actually a fine thread. And if you go down to like a 12 weight or 18 weight thread, this is the thickest of them all. So now let me explain to you how this whole system works and why a bigger number actually means a thinner thread. So as you can see here, if you have 40 kilometers, that equals 1 kilogram. That means it's a 40 weight thread. because the 40 meters equals 1 kilogram. Now from there, if we do the exact same math but with a different kind of thread, if we have 50 kilometers that equals 1 kilogram, that becomes 50 weight thread. So as you can see, the length of this thread, or how many meters long it measures, keeps on getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, but it equals the same weight. Now every time you stretch that thread or make it a little bit finer, you're gaining that extra kilometer. So if we go to 80 weight thread, which will be 80 kilometers to equal 1 kilogram, you can see there that it is double the length of 40 weight thread. However, they weigh identically the same. That's how it's getting a little bit finer, a little bit finer, a little bit finer to get that extra length that we need to make it a 80 weight thread. Now if we go backwards or go to the other side of this scale, if you have 12 weight thread, that means you have 12 kilometers that equals 1 kilogram. So you can see how the math is making the thread thinner and longer, or making it shorter and a little bit thicker. That's how the whole system works. So when you're choosing for a project, it makes it a little bit easier to understand the numbers now. You want something that really isn't visible to the eye, go ahead and grab some 80 weight thread and do some hand sewing. Or if you want something that is just, you want it very prominent and that everyone can see it, grab that 18 weight thread, because that is very, very thick thread. Let me give you a perfect example here. I normally sew with Aurifil 50 weight thread. That's why I piece all my quilts with. That's why I long arm with. I'm pretty much true to that 50 weight. Sometimes 40 weight if I need something just a hair thicker, but I stay pretty true to that. However, if I'm going to do a applique project, I want everyone to see those stitches. I don't want to hide my stitch. I want everyone to see it. I jump into that 18 weight to give it a very predominant stitch all the way down my applique. Just a little example for you there. So, which company is the best? That's up to you to decide. I recommend going out and trying the companies and seeing which one you enjoy best. It's not fair to me to say this company is better than this company when a lot of times I'll use Isocord and Aurifil. They don't even sell the same product. One's polyester, one's cotton. So go out there, venture out, try different kinds of threads, see what you like, and I highly recommend trying different weight classes to see if you like something different. Now, we can continuously go down this rabbit hole of thread and learn all about the manufacturers, all about the plies, and all about the fibers. But with the information that has been given, I hope that you will try a new kind of thread. Maybe you want to jump into some metallic thread. Maybe you want to jump into some polyester thread because that's new to you. And or try some different weight classes of threads. Maybe try that 40 weight out, maybe try that 80 weight out. That's up to you. But go out and try something new. So now that is a ton of information, probably more information than what we need to know to learn how to quilt or to be quilting in our lives, but it's good to know how we've gotten to this point in the industry. And thread is such a crucial portion of the quilting world. And I'm glad you guys know just a little bit more about it. Now, back to the show. So now, the real question, Zach, is what came first, the needle or the thread?
Yes.
Yes, he says. Yes. There's your answer, I guess. I guess we can trust him.
I'm a doctor.
He's a doctor, sort of. Mr. Doctor. Anyways, going on to our next segment, everybody. But before we do, we want to announce the winner of our Bernina 335 giveaway. Drum roll. Veronica Mosen. Big congratulations to you. That is machine 3 of 3 for our Bernina 335 giveaway.
Round of applause.
There we go, guys. And stay tuned on our D-Stash and our new stash for more information about our giveaways, as well as SewYeahQuilting.com. Now, going to our next segment, the Dad Challenge.
We're bowing it.
Okay, we're out here today for the Dad Challenge. I've got a couple of things for the boys to do and a couple explanations for them, and you guys can come along for it. They're going to be sewing once again, a half square triangle quilt block. and they're going to be using 4 different colors of fabric. I did take the liberty of marking because they're going to cut the fabric out in the bay. We'll take them out in the boat, drop them over the edge, and they got to cut all their fabric into half square triangles. At the time they get them all cut, they're going to swim over to here, climb up the ladder, and pick up their needle and thread and jump into this pool to sew the half square triangles together. We do have some penalty markers. Okay, no taking.
You guys need to listen to.
No taking each other's stuff. No sloppy sewing or small squares.
Brody.
We're going to measure the stitches. No stitches over half an inch. Every stitch over half an inch gets a 5-second penalty. So
put 2 stitches in it.
So you need to put. I guess Tiak will probably sit on the dock and put 2 stitches in it and take all the penalties. Today in our dad challenge, we're going to throw a little plug in for Aurifil thread. The boys will be using that in the pool today to sew all the things together with the hand sewing. It's also great on your sewing machine. All right, we got everybody suited up. We're gonna jump in the boat and head out into the bay and get this thing started.
All right.
All right, you guys get the lines. All right, we're gonna hand out all the fabric and a pair of scissors. That one's Zach's, left-handy.
Thank you. Special treatment.
Special treatment for Brody or Tiakum. All right, on the count of 3.
Wait.
No, let's go. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Huh? I'm done. Done.
You think done?
Yep.
Keep going.
No way.
Keep
Okay,
going,
you're
done.
Brody. Keep going because Dad's gonna take time off.
Alright, let's look at the active stitches. Flip it over so I can see the stitches. Brody's obviously got some cuts here that are probably...
You said it has to be equal, right?
Wow.
That's how you take a win. That's all I'm saying.
There's 1, 2.
No. Every point is a stitch. 1, 2, 3.
What are you talking about?
Every stitch.
Well, it's not connected there. I just want to say.
Yours isn't connected in the middle, my friend.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You said every stitch less than half an inch.
Yep, that's what I said.
You didn't say between the stitches. You didn't say every stitch half an inch.
Well, you said you had to cut them in the ocean, though, right?
Siakam,
I went.
Siakam has 22 stitches that are more than half an inch. What was it, 10 seconds or 5 seconds?
5 seconds.
5 seconds, that's 110 seconds, but he beat him by 7 minutes. So he's the clear winner.
We'll take that all day long, my friends. Woo!
What do you want?
Don't touch me. I'll take a belt. Belt me right here. Here, you ready? Woo!
That was a clear winner. No contestant.
First step of the way. He did not say you could not cut all your pieces at the same time. I lined them up. Prep work, my friends. Cut right down the middle. Perfect cut there. Started swimming.
Yeah, so between Tianka bending the rules and Brody trying to sabotage everybody, it's kind of hard to like get some actual sewing done, but you work with what you got.
Honestly, I thought I was going to win that one because I'm a much stronger swimmer. My strategy is always do what I can to make sure they don't win. I tried to swim. I tried to continuously swim. See, like I said, I swim pretty well. So I kept swimming with my head against somebody swimming while I was sewing, so
Got the win. What can I say? Dethroned Brody. Easy. Put that as a hashtag. Hashtag dethroned.
And we are back. Congratulations, Tianka.
Thank you.
You won.
Congrats. I didn't think I was going to, but
I didn't think you were going to either, not gonna lie.
I surprised
if
myself.
if anybody's gonna be in water and win, it's not gonna be Tianka, but he also
Most of the time.
surprised all of us. So congratulations.
I made you something.
Thank you.
Last
I don't know what it is.
last time Brody won the dad challenge, as you know, so I made Brody this custom dad challenge 2021 belt here. It's quite
Michael,
nice,
Mike,
actually.
get some shots on this thing. Do a little, like, you know that around the belt thing you do, and like the on, like into the belt thing you do.
It's
all of
pretty
that
legit.
stuff. Do that
It's pretty legit, but we all know how belts work, so I'm just gonna take this one back here real quick.
That was short-lived.
I know. But I'll be just taking the dub on this one, guys. No big deal.
It is really nice. I
It's
do
really
like
nice.
that.
It's really nice. But it was
Anyways.
a great time, a great challenge. We absolutely
good.
loved it. We thank our dad for putting these on for us so that we
Yeah.
are able to do that for sure.
And of course, each one of our wives for keeping the kids from falling in the water and drowning and everything while we were doing the whole dad challenge. But if you guys have a spot somewhere in the world that you feel like would be a good spot for a dad challenge or for a Will It Sew or anything else, please go ahead and comment below and let us know where it is and what kind of a spot it is. We're looking for everything.
Ice skating ring,
Ice skating rink, racetrack,
hot air balloon.
hot air, anything. A hot air would be
Snake
cool.
pit.
There's got to be someone's got a hot air balloon.
That's a
Snake.
good idea.
You say snake pit?
Snake pit,
It's probably not a snake pit.
New York sewer system.
Be like, going in. No, guys, but if you,
Quicksand.
quicksand. Do you have any that are not gonna kill us?
Tianka's doing it.
Oh, Tiango's doing it.
Rocket.
Yeah, that's it. Anywhere, guys, you have a cool access to a cool spot, let us know. We'd love to come out there and do one of our segments in a cool spot somewhere in the world. So that's that.
Thank you so much, everybody. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. And please share this with your friends.
Absolutely, guys. We have the goal of getting 50,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. We cannot do that without you. Please click that little arrow button, text it to your Quilt Guild members, your Instagram, your Facebook, everywhere else. We want this video to go viral and for everybody to see the fun things we're doing here on the show.
And at 50,000 subscribers, we will be announcing something that we can't talk about. And with that, I'm gonna be a poor sport here and just take my belt and leave.
He's not gonna have very long. He's gotta, Anyways, well, I guess
you,
that means
everybody.
we're out. See ya.